everybody. My name is Mattia Green. This week I'm doing my current event based off this week's topic, which is early adolescent years between the ages of 12 and 18 years old. At this age, children go through a number of changes physically, emotionally, mentally, and sexually. Physically, early adolescents are experiencing puberty, which is the process of maturing the body from that of a child to that of an adult. Emotionally, early adolescents are learning to make more bonds and relationships with people they feel are close to them. This process of gaining closer to people you like or are close with would be called cliques. Cliques are a way, as early adolescents, for us to form deeper bonds and relations with our precious friends and family members. Cliques can also be a tool of retaining and gaining power over those who are not within the friend group. Cliques are formed to give those involved a group identity where they can all grow with one or more relatable topics. Some of these topics are food, music, and sports. Those who are rejected from certain groups or cliques are usually left isolated, lost, and or resentful towards those who are within the cliques. This feeling of isolation causes adults to become confused and some to even feel depressed at the idea of having no close friends to grow with. This will be considered an emotional change within these adolescents. Depression can also be caused from those who are isolated from being bullied by those in bigger and more aggressive cliques like the jocks or the cheerleaders. This bullying can cause teens to want to end their lives prematurely by committing suicide. Suicide is more prevalent in early adolescent stage than in any of the other stages due to outside influences such as drug use, bullying, isolation, depression, and sexual relations such as rape. Early adolescents in this stage usually go through sexual relations due to general curiosity and explorations of their body by either self-pleasuring or pleasuring of others. In most cases, early adolescents use safety precautions such as contraceptives like condoms to protect themselves from STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, or STIs, sexually transmitted infections. In some cases, some adolescents forego these contraceptives to enjoy the full pleasure and enjoyment of sexual intercourse. When this happens, teens risk the chance of catching sexual infections and diseases, or they could get pregnant. These children who get pregnant at an early age are at risk of being bullied, isolated, or dropping out of school because of the discrimination by their peers. Most teens who become pregnant at this stage usually drop out due to these factors. My current event comes from usnews.com. The title is Online Bullies Make Depression, PTSD Even Worse. This was done on February 4th, 2020. It says cyberbullying can worsen symptoms of depression and post-traumatic stress disorder in younger people. In the survey, 50 teens who were inpatients at a suburban psychiatric hospital near New York City, researchers reported that those who had been bullied had a higher severity of PTSD and anger than those who were not bullied. According to Philip Harvey, a professor of psychiatry and behavior science at University of Miami's Miller School of Medicine, commented and said, even against a backdrop of emotional challenges in the kids we studied, we noticed cyberbullying had an adverse impact. It's real and it should be addressed. According to their study, 1/5 of participants reported being bullied online in the 2 months before they entered the psychiatric hospital. Half were bullied by text messages and half on Facebook. Others were bullied through transmitted pictures or videos, Instagram, instant messages, and chat rooms. Harvey noted that teens who had been abused were more likely to be bullied online. This finding suggests that childhood assessments for trauma and cyberbullying should be integrated. Cyberbullying is possibly more pernicious than any other form of bullying because of its reach. The bullying can be viral and persistent. To really be bullying, it has to be personal. Directly negative comments attempted to make the person feel bad. This study also uncovers other facts about cyberbullying, such as time spent online is not a determining factor in who is cyberbullied. People from all economic and ethnic backgrounds are vulnerable. Those who have previously been bullied are at a higher risk of being bullied again. In addition to this, mental health professionals, parents, and teens can also do their part to discourage bullying, says Harvey. He commented and he said, "It's not hard to block someone on the internet, whether it's texting, Facebook, Twitter, or sending photos." He said, "Ask why are people choosing to bully. If it's something you're posting, assessing, and to make a change." This is very important during this stage for these children, young adults, and young adolescents, because this bullying, this act of putting yourself out there to make someone feel bad and feel negative about themselves, whether that's like their family's poor, they are black, they are a race that is highly discriminated, like Mexican, Native American, African American, any other race like that. Whether that's they were previously raped and they're making a joke of that, whether it's they sent news to a guy that they liked or a girl that they liked, and the person ended up spreading it throughout the school. Everyone has seen their body naked, and they spread that and make fun of it, make the person feel bad about themselves, or any other factor. These all factor into PTSD and depression within teens, and eventually leads to the ideal thought of they might even commit suicide. Teenagers, young adults, young adolescents are all vulnerable to these forms of bullying. The internet is one of the easiest ways and easiest access for teens to be bullied now these days. Whether that's post a nasty comment, negative comment, send photos, send text messages, or just bashing the person like in a group chat. As a social worker or soon-to-be social worker, some of the ideals that I feel like are connected to this article would be importance of human relationships, competence, and it would be importance of human relationships and competence, because with competence you have to take in the idea of how would I feel if I were the person that I'm bullying. Would I feel good about what I'm saying, or would I feel horrible? Would I want to commit suicide because of this? If this person does commit suicide, how would I feel knowing that I'm the reason why they did that? And the importance of human relationships. The idea of cliques actually helps an individual grow and become more independent and more headstrong within themselves. This allows them to grow character, grow personality, and grow as a person into a society where you have to stand on your own 2 feet. Not a lot of people are able to do that by themselves, so they form groups and cliques and bonds with multiple people that share that same relationship with them. And also, I feel like dignity and worth of a person would be a good attribute to this article as well, because those who are bullying, the ones that are vulnerable due to the comments that are being said, are not taken into account of how the person might feel, which is why they post those negative comments or spread the pictures or spread the videos or make nasty, like, sly remarks about the person's character and tears the people down. Like, I feel like if people would put these actions and thoughts into everything that they do, the world would be a better place. And people would be less prone to wanting to commit suicide. And people might even learn more about the person that they're bullying. That's all I have for this current event, and I hope y'all enjoyed.